The Spurs blew it, and the Knicks rose to the occasion. That's just some good basketball. I didn't really watch. I didn't really watch everything. I was at work, so yeah. Sorry about that. But I'm not sorry for watching the game at work. So yeah, it was another Brunson burner fourth quarter barrage. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. Brunson burner fourth quarter barrage. Just a really beautiful, scrappy game for Jalen Brunson. Even though he hurt his ankle back in the first quarter, then kind of hurt again in the second quarter when Cornet kind of stepped on it a little bit. But he really played through tough defense, played through funky shooting slump early in the game, played through his injury, and hopefully that injury won't affect him in game 2 and onwards. Hopefully. So the final score was 105 and 95. It was, I think the Spurs had an 11-point lead at one time in the second quarter or third quarter, and then they just, I think it's more of turnovers and not getting the shot that they want. Wemby didn't shoot well tonight. He only got 6 out of 21 from the field, 26 points. A bulk of his points came from the free throw line. And ironic, huh? That they were chanting flopper against SJ. But it didn't really, it's not really more of a flopping game, it's more of a really, really tight defense from the Knicks and no easy buckets. He did have that one dunk kind of easy, but for the most parts, the entirety of game 1, they really locked up Victor Wembanyama. And they also tried a lot of three-pointers. That is a bad sign, to be honest. 2 out of 9 from 3. You don't want Wemby to fall in love with the 3-point line. I know he can do it, but that shouldn't be your go-to. Your go-to should be, I don't know, catching lobs, posting up, or maybe having those near the paint area jump shots, or near that paint area weird layups. You know how Wemby's arms are so long. I know he hasn't polished his offense yet. That is why he really had a hard time tonight. But he should be disciplined enough not to fall in love with a three. Yeah. So let's check out Brunson, the man of the game. 30 points, 12 out of 31 from the field, 2 out of 9 from 3. He hit his first shot from 3, and then clutch big 3 in the fourth quarter. So only 2 out of 9. Yeah, they're the same with Wemby. 2 out of 9, right? Yep. But this is his game. Jalen Brunson, the perimeter is his. The mid-range area is his. And you can see fourth quarter Jalen, it's all ISOs. He just ISOs the right side of the court. Like every New York player is on the left side. And it's just Jalen and his defender. And he's putting them in a torture chamber or something like that. He got his 3, I remember, with an offensive rebound. He tipped it in. He tipped it to himself and then pass it, or he tipped it to Mikal Bridges, and then Bridges gave the ball back to him for 3 because it was a scramble and Stefan Castle was late closing out to him. And that was a really, really much needed three for the Knicks. And another player I really want to give his flowers to is Josh Hart. He only have he only had 3 points, 1 out of 5 from the field, no 3 pointers, 0 out of 3, but 15 rebounds. Look at that, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, 0 turnovers. Man, took care of the ball. Even if he doesn't have the ball, he still took care of it. He dives for the ball. He tracks the rebound. That is what you want from from your energy guy. That is what you need in the finals to win, especially against the Spurs, who are just really well coached and has an alien in the center of their defense. Also, Karl Anthony Towns took the challenge. I may have said this before that Cat needs to be present almost every game for in order for them to win. He needs to be present in the offense every game. And tonight he had 18.7 out of 15 from the field, no three pointers, everything in the paint and the free throw line. 12 rebounds, really great rebounder. 4 assists. Again, that offensive hub, being the playmaker at the high post. I remember I think he had a good pass to OG that one time. Anyway, he did have only 2 turnovers, 1 block. Look at that. He's plus 14. Karl Anthony Towns also was clutch in this game. He he was the one who made sure that the Knicks stays in the game, and then Brunson just finished the game for them. So just a really really good team effort from the Knicks, especially when they were down. And when you're facing the Knicks, you should never ever give them life in the fourth quarter, because it's not the Knicks. When I look at them, they're not a team who really blows you out. I know they have a lot of blowout games, but it was against the Cavs, it was against the Sixers. They don't really have, no offense to the Cavs and Sixers, but they're kind of soft and they're very inconsistent. And when you have a team like the Spurs, letting the Knicks have life in the fourth quarter is a really tough predicament. It's gonna be a problem because they just ramp it up in the fourth quarter. They always ramp it up, especially when there's Jalen Brunson on your team, and you have Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, Towns, OG, really good defenders, really good rebounders, and their hustle plays. They always hustle to the ball. They always have more energy than their opponents in the fourth quarter. And I think that's the recipe. That's why they won this game. And shout out to Shamet, hit 3 out of 6 3 pointers, and they kind of went toe to toe against Julian Champagny, who had 5 3 pointers, 5 out of 10, 50% from the 3 point land. That is just remarkable for Julian Champagny. They're saying that he's the next Danny Green. I kind of like that. Aaron Fox, not a really good game. 0 out of 4 from 3, 3 out of 13 from the field. I know he had some buckets, but he also had that one miss when the Spurs were down by 2 and they have the ball. I think right they were down by 2 in the fourth quarter and it was under a minute, and he just missed an open mid-range shot, and that was really deflating. So yeah, if the Knicks keeps on doing this, They're gonna win this series in 4, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overreacting. But this was a beautiful game from them. To think that Brunson was kind of hurt in this game, they just fought through everything. So yeah, that's it. Bye.